Hello fellow aviators, VRF Summer here. Welcome to leg 20 of the World Tour. Today we're in Hite, Utah, right on the Colorado River and Lake Powell. We'll be heading up north to the Canyonlands airport just outside of Moab, so we'll be flying through the Canyonlands National Park, and also we'll try to check out Arches National Park. So let's hop on into the aircraft and get it fired up and ready to go. So first thing, let's get our checklist going. Pre-flight inspection in the cockpit. Have the aircraft documents checked. Park and brake set. Ignition off. Avionics switches off. Battery switch on. Fuel quantities are checked full. Low fuel enunciators are off. Avionics switch bus 1 and 2 on. Avionics cooling fans audible. Turn the avionics switches off. Static pressure alternate source valve off. Enunciator panel is tested. It's working. Fuel selector, both. Fuel shutoff valve open. And flaps. Set those down. There they go. Pitot heat, we'll get that on, check that it's working. Yep, there's our amp pump. And it's back off. Battery switch off. Elevator trim, we'll get that set to neutral. And before starting engine check, first thing on the list is pre-flight inspection. So let's go outside the aircraft, just make sure everything looks good. And looks like we'll just be turning around to the left. I don't see a windsock. I think we'll just be departing out to the west today, north and west. So we'll taxi down to the end of the runway down there, just short of the fuel farm, and take off. And we'll be aware of the mountains off the end of the runway. And if we need to, if we have a problem, we can turn to the left. Looks like there's plenty of space out over the water to keep us safe. Alright, so pre-flight inspection is complete. Seats, belts adjusted, locked, electrical equipment off. Avionics switches are off. Fuel selector both. Fuel shutoff valve open. Starting engine check. Throttle. Get that open 1/4 of an inch. Mixture idle cut off. Propeller area clear. Clear prop. Battery master switch on. Beacon on. Mixture rich. Auxiliary fuel pump on 3 to 5 seconds, then off. 1, 2, 3, and off. Mixture, we'll lean it some. And feeder on the brakes and ignition to start. And there we go. Mixture's rich. Throttle's adjusted to 1000 RPM. The oil pressure's checked, alternator on, alternator indicators off, avionics switches on, radio's on, transponder, we'll turn that to standby. Oops, there we go. Flaps up, heading indicator, looks like it needs to be just about 091, that's what we're showing. Set runway heading at 27 there. Heading bug, altimeter. Alright, let's pull out the sectional chart really quickly. We get our field elevation. So I'll pull that up on the screen here. And here at Hite, field elevation is 3,840 feet. You can see it's a hazardous field. But we'll take off on runway 27, turn back around, left pattern, left traffic, and we'll be following the Colorado River up north along the Orange Cliffs and into Canyonlands National Park. We'll take the right branch there, and we'll eventually get to Moab, and we can follow the road up to the Canyonlands Airport, and also maybe check out Arches National Park. We'll have to see what they have available, but that's our plan. 60 nautical miles straight line distance. So like we said, it's 3,840 feet. So let's get back here and get our altimeter set to that. Looks like it's going to be pretty high pressure today, 3,840, so 3022 on the altimeter. That's the attitude indicator is set. So taxi check. Taxi light, we'll get that on here in just a second. I'll go ahead and turn the nav lights on with the landing lights and strobes as we're taxiing out. And we'll check the brakes, rudder, turn coordinator, heading indicator, and compass. So I'm actually going to do the run up right here before we go. So parking brakes set, pilot and passenger seat backs most upright position, seat belts checked secured, flight controls, let's check that those are free and correct. It's good, flight instruments are set. Fuel quantity indicators are checked full. Mixture is rich. Fuel selectors both. Autopilot engage. And it turned back off, which is good. I'll get a trim set back to neutral for takeoff. Throttle set to 1,800 RPM. And we'll do our mag check. So right mag, back to both. Left mag, back to both. Vacuum gauge is in the green, oil temperature and pressure in the green, and annunciators are all off, which is good. Let's do the engine idle. Ammeter's good too. Let's do the engine idle check. Make sure it idles out about 600 to 650 RPM. And that's exactly what we're showing. So back to 1,000 RPM. And before takeoff check, radios, we have them set. I'm going to go ahead and actually, I guess I can flying offline on this one, so let's get tuned to traffic here. So I'll go ahead and announce our taxi to runway.
Uniform Tango 03 traffic says to November 215 Romeo Alpha is taxi to runway 27.
Set nav GPS switch. We'll set it onto GPS for now. Transponder on, outs. Autopilot's off. Elevator trim is set for takeoff. Flaps are 0 degrees. Cabin windows closed, locked. And parking brake is now released. We'll rotate at 55 knots. Climb out at 70. And I'll get my feet on the rudder pedals. And we'll go ahead and head out of here. Get the parking brake released. And we got all our lights on. Now that we're on the runway. And let's announce our takeoff. We'll be departing to the east.
Uniform Tango 03 traffic says to November 215 Romeo Alpha taking off runway 27 departure to the east.
Alright, they'll just turn us around here. And here we go. Full throttle. And engine instruments all look good. I'll lean the mixture just a smidge. Airspeed's alive. And there's 55. Just a beautiful takeoff here. Go ahead and make our left-hand turnouts. Our crosswind leg. There we go. And we're just going to be following the river back here to the east. Alright, we're off. And you can see just the shadows from the terrain out there. Looks really cool. Some really neat default scenery here in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Alright, so we get a little further out, maybe gonna take us down right in over the canyon. I think it'd actually be fun to try to fly through the canyon for a bit. Haven't done that yet on this world tour, but could be fun. Yeah, I should have just flown the extra 300. But it was fun going into Hite, checking out this part of Utah. Definitely worth the visit. Alright, I think I'll tune to Denver Center and get some flight following here.
Denver Center Cessna November 215 Romeo Alpha is type Cessna Skyhawk 2 miles southeast of Uniform Tango 03. Request flight following.
Cessna November 215 Romeo Alpha Denver Center. Squawk 5727. Cessna 5 Romeo Alpha radar contact 3 miles southeast of Uniform Tango 03, 5,600 feet. Altimeter tree 0.19er.
Copy Cessna 5 Romeo Alpha.
Alright, 3019er on the altimeter, and we're all set and ready to roll. Have a beautiful sunset behind us. Let's see what the temperature is out there. 76, so a really nice day in this part of Utah. Definitely an impressive canyon down below. I'm going to try to follow along on the sectional chart here.
Contact Salt Lake Center on 133.9er. Going to 133.9er, FedEx 308.
And we'll climb up to 7,500 for our cruise altitude today. Good VFR altitude for going to the east. This color from here just keeps on flowing down toward the Grand Canyon, which we were at a few legs ago. A lot of beautiful scenery here in the western United States. looks like the river will continue north from here. And this is still the Glen Canyon National Recreation Area here. And Lake Powell. So it's just a massive lake, just extends all the way down to Arizona, but you can see it's definitely more of a river now at this point. Looks like I went through the altitude I just want to cruise out. Let me just send back down there. 7,500 is what we're looking for. Alright, there we are at our cruising altitude, 7,500, and I think that should be able to carry us all the way up to Canyonlands from what I can see. And the Canyonlands airport's at 4,590 feet. Just a little bit higher elevation. This area, ground gets up to 6,000 feet in areas. So 7,500 should be able to keep us safely above the terrain. Alright, I think I'm going to try to go fly down into the canyon for a little bit just for fun. So here we go. Extreme Cessna 172 flying. Feels like I'm in Star Wars or something. And you can see this is a pretty deep canyon here, Glen Canyon. Definitely not something I would be doing in real life. But it's a simulator, so let's have some fun. definitely an impressive canyon down in here. Temperature's 84 degrees down here in the bottom of the canyon.
40 contact Salt Lake Center on 133.9er.
Yeah, I bet you they would have lost radar contact with me when I dove down into the canyon too.
133.9er, FedEx 540.
Alright. Kind of wondering if the walls of this canyon just keep going the whole way, or if it shallows out at all. I don't know, we'll have to see. I might climb out here in a bit so we get a better view. As soon as we round this bend, I'll see what we're looking at. Might be time to climb. This is going to be a sharp turn up ahead. Make sure I'm ready on the rudder pedals in case we need them. Alright, we got it. This must be the red cliffs, or the orange cliffs area. I'm gonna climb up out of the canyon now, so here we go. We'll take it at 70 knots. There we go. Now we're getting some views outside of the canyon. Be a beautiful sunset up here. Yeah, you can see it's just beautiful up here. Absolutely beautiful. I guess we lost internet connection for a bit. Hopefully we get it back. Alright, so I think we're getting into the Canyonlands National Park right up here, which is a famous area, very beautiful area. Alright, 1,000 more feet to climb. We'll be right back up to 7,500 where we were before. What a cool area. just stunning out the window right now. Absolutely beautiful. Yep, there's South Mountain and Mount Peel out in the distance. We'll be going by those on our next leg as we head into Colorado and the Telluride Airport. So that'll be a fun leg. They're forecasting some pretty wild weather out in Colorado later this week, so we'll have to see when we can get in there. I think they're supposed to be getting some more snow in the Rocky Mountains, where we'll be spending our next few legs. So we'll just have to see what's going on down there. Sun setting behind the mountains, back down to the southwest. And we'll have to see if we have any daylight left when we get up toward Arches National Park. Might have to check that out on the next leg, because sun's setting pretty rapidly here. But we will see. We're only 26 miles from the airport, and Arches National Park is closer than that, so Probably only maybe 15 miles away from Arches. Yeah, just on the other side of those mountains is the Colorado border. So we're getting pretty close to Colorado now. These must be, I think there's some evaporation ponds up ahead, and then further up near Moab, a uranium mill, which that's definitely something unique you don't see every day. There's supposed to be a private airstrip down here called Caveman. And I wonder if we'll be able to find Caveman. It's not listed in the database, airport database for flight sim, but still with the satellite imagery we might be able to make it out down on the terrain below. So it's supposed to be adjacent to these two evaporation ponds up ahead, just on this southeast side of the river. Yep, and there are those evaporation ponds. And so Caveman should be right down below. And I'm not making it out yet. So yeah, I'm not sure Caveman's even Can't even make out where it is on here. So, yep, there's supposed to be a private strip called Caveman. Maybe that's it right there along the river, but I do not know. It was a place I was originally planning to fly to instead of Hite, but I could not find it in the database of airports and flight sim, so we didn't go there. And pretty soon we'll be entering the town of Moab, Utah. After we go by the uranium mill. Yeah, I'm just going to cut across here. River kind of winds up to the northwest and then comes back down. What a beautiful area. Alright, so this is Moab up ahead, and then we'll be following the highway back up to the north, right up in this area, and toward the Canyonlands airport. We'll be going by Arches National Park. I think we just might have enough light in order to be able to make out some of the features in that national park. Now look at these rocks. Yep, there's our highway we're going to follow to the airport. Excuse me, and that's the uranium mill up there. Interesting. Uranium. And the Colorado River just continues its way into Colorado. But we're going to branch off from it for right now. Alright, so Arches.
FedEx 3737 is at flight level 340, descending 10,000 feet. FedEx 3737 Denver Center, continue as planned.
Alright, so this is Arches National Park and the default flight sim scenery. And it looks like you can see, I think, where the arches would be. I don't believe they have them modeled as arches, though. Just kind of mounds of rocks. but I'm sure that someone will develop some scenery where that will be perfectly modeled. But we are now over Arches National Park. So, not as stunning as the real thing, but still pretty cool. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and cancel flight following.
Denver Center Cessna 5 Romeo Alpha, cancel flight following.
Cessna 5 Romeo Alpha Denver Center, cancellation received. Squawk 1200. Frequency change approved.
Let's listen to the automated weather.
Kilo Charlie November Yankee automated weather observation 0000 Zulu. Wind calm. Visibility tree. Sky condition few clouds at 500 feet, few clouds at 4,300 feet, few clouds at 12,300 feet.
I don't think that's accurate.
14C2.10C altimeter 3015. Kilo Charlie
Unless there's
November
some
Yankee
fog
automated weather
forming.
observation 0000
Kinda looks a little foggy out the window.
Calm. Visibility tree. Sky condition few clouds at 500 feet, few clouds at 4,300 feet,
Alright,
few clouds
we'll
at
switch over
12,300
to the CTAF. Winds calm. And I'm gonna look at the airport diagram here to select a runway. It's loading. That'd be really cool if it models fog well in this game, though. That would be amazing. There's an aircraft. Flip on our landing and taxi lights now.
Kilo Charlie November Yankee traffic generic November 204 Romeo Tango 13 miles east inbound visual runway 21.
Alright, so we're landing
Kilo
2-1.
Charlie November Yankee traffic generic November 204 Romeo Tango is on final runway 21 to land.
Alright, so there's a few different aircraft coming in.
Kilo Charlie November Yankee traffic Cessna November 215 Romeo Alpha 7 miles southeast 7,600 feet inbound to land runway 21.
Alright, so pattern altitude is going to be at 5,600. So we'll go ahead and start descending down to that. Keep our speed up. Stay out in front of this guy. I'm not sure what type of aircraft he is. He says he's just a generic. But might be faster than me. We'll have to see. And there's another aircraft that said they were landing on 2-1. I don't know if it's the same one or... Announce position anyway. Announce I'm entering the left downwind now.
Kilo Charlie November Yankee traffic Cessna November 215 Romeo Alpha is on downwind runway 21.
Alright, here we go. Altitude, after we land, left hand turn off, and we'll left turn on Alpha 5, Alpha back up to the ramp in the north side of the airport. Alright, here we go. Hopefully I throttle back to idle now. Now it's returning base.
Kilo Charlie November Yankee traffic Cessna November 215 Romeo Alpha 2 miles east 5,900 feet inbound to land runway 21. Kilo Charlie November Yankee traffic Cessna November 215 Romeo Alpha is on final runway 21 to land.
I don't know where this other aircraft is. Yeah, no telling. But we're clear up ahead. We have the right of way. We're gonna land. I'll just try to get off the runway as soon as I can. Gas undercarriage mixture props. Seat belts. Here we go.
Kilo Charlie November Yankee traffic Cessna November 215 Romeo Alpha is clear of the runway.
I don't even see the traffic anymore. Where they went? Don't see them anywhere. Huh. Oh, there they are. They're coming in really low. Really low. They're like behind the terrain out there.
Kilo Charlie November Yankee traffic generic November 204 Romeo Tango is on final runway 21 to land. Kilo Charlie November Yankee traffic generic November 204 Romeo Tango 5 miles northeast inbound visual runway 21.
I want to see what type of aircraft it is. Oh, it's a big aircraft, apparently.
Kilo Charlie, November Yankee traffic, generic November 204 Romeo Tango, flying the missed approach.
Whoa. Yeah, it's a big jet. Rather ambitious coming in here, but I guess there is enough runway. Maybe 7,360 feet. It's doable. Maybe. I'm gonna go around this guy and then back around to park. Turn off the taxi light so I don't blind the poor man. Alright. Turn off the transponder, turn off the radios. Get our nav lights off. And do the mag check. Make sure that turns off. Perfect, it did. And mixture idle cutoff. Beacon off. Alternator off. Fuel selector to right. Fuel shut off valve open. And battery master off. Turn off the lights there. I should have turned those off before I did the battery master. Okay. Here's the, let's do our checklist here. Make sure we got everything. We'll start with the after landing. Flaps up, landing lights off, taxi light off, strobe off, elevator trim. Get that reset to neutral. There we go. Transponder standby. For the parking check, parking brake is set, transponder's off, avionics switches are off. Engine idle check, mag cutoff test, mixture idle cutoff. And securing, ignition off, landing light off, taxi light off, nav lights off, alternator off, battery switch off, fuel selectors to the right. Securing check complete. Alright, well thanks for riding along on this flight to Canyonlands Airport. Be heading out to Colorado in the next leg and Telluride for the next few legs in the Rocky Mountains. So be sure to check that out when it's time. Until then, VRF Center Simmer signing off. See you again on the next flight.